for filmmakers like myself, and with all the little technical things and the stuff that you put out on the internet. I've just been trying to learn from you, and slowly but surely letting it all sink into my head.
Oh, well, thank you very much.
So what we're going to do is I got a few questions here. We're going to take the segment and we're going to break it up for our 80s show. And if you don't mind, we can ask you some questions about 80s music, if you don't mind.
Sure.
Awesome. Well, what's some of the music that you liked from the 80s?
Oh God, I was a DJ back in the late 70s and 80s.
Really?
So yeah, I went into radio. People said I had a radio voice, so that's how I started. Kind of in the entertainment business. I went in through radio and then television, then finally film.
Wow, that is fantastic.
Yeah.
So now what station were you at?
Oh, I was in Syracuse, and then I was I went to Boston, and I was at WERS in Boston.
Wow.
So I worked there for, while I was going to college at Emerson. And produced their news as well as did some DJing.
So how did the whole movie Act of Valor come to pieces? How did that come together?
Well, Terminator Salvation was about ready to be released, and Warner Brothers wanted to do this alternative marketing concept via the web to kind of rally the fanboys. And it was set around the Resistance. The Resistance was out doing some recon to try and find Skynet's communication stronghold. And these 9 cliffhangers were going to be released, each week right before the movie was launched.
Oh, like a webisode kind of thing.
Exactly. And they were like these 2.5, 3-minute cliffhangers where, the Resistance was broadcasting back to base, that they thought they were broadcasting back to base, but they were getting kind of their helmet cam broadcast was being sucked down this temporal lobe, time travel, and it was being broadcasted back into the past. So people were kind of, they were trying to educate people about, the evil Skynet and all that stuff. So Mick G asked me to do these webisodes, direct them, and also shoot them. And the production company that was going to be pulling this all off was the Bandito brothers. And I worked with Scotty Waugh. He actually edited all the webisodes for me, and we got to strike up a really great conversation. And, we really, dug on each other and creativity and all that stuff. And when they got greenlit to do Act of Valor, they asked me to shoot it. And out of that was all the 5D work I had done with the Terminator webisodes, because that was all based around a helmet cam, and they were just blown away with the image quality that I was delivering out of that camera. And they were like, would you shoot a whole film on this? And I'm like, whoa, that is crazy. Okay.
I think that's the wave of the future, though.
Oh, yeah. No, it was just the two of them, Scotty Waugh and Mouse McCoy, they're kind of fearless, and that their creative, fearless antics and expression are kind of intoxicating. And once I jumped on board, it was, I was all in. And,
Wow.
2.5 years later, we finally finished the film, and now it's in the theaters.
Now, the reason it took so long to complete the film was because these were active duty Navy SEALs, and they kept getting deployed, correct?
Oh, yeah. Like the interrogator that's on the yacht.
He's the guy who called Pop, right? Pops?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. He was like all of a sudden he was sent to Afghanistan. So
Wow.
we couldn't use him anymore. So we had to wait till he came back to finish a couple other sequences with him. It's and also the assets. We had all these amazing assets that the Navy was so wonderful in providing for us. But we had to wait till they were available.
Wow.
And sometimes it would take 3 to 4 months till we were able to get that asset.
By the way, the scene where they actually board the yacht, the way it's done is absolutely fantastic. I love that scene. The whole thing, just boarding the yacht, is just so action packed. It's amazing.
Yeah, we shot that whole sequence in 4 hours.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it's like you had to think very outside the box because there was no back to one. It was like, hey, I didn't get that shot with the helo, touching its skids to the yacht. Can we get that again? So it was you had 4 times, to get it.
Wow.
And you had to cover it from all different angles, and it was kind of staged like a play. No, and you had to, from a cinematographer standpoint and a director's standpoint, is where is the camera going to tell the story the best? Where is the camera going to immerse the audience the best? Give them a visceral experience that they've never really seen before. And that was kind of our mission.
How was the casting? Now, how did you cast these guys? Did you have to necessarily turn a lot of other actual SEALs away, or?
Well, we interviewed a ton of SEALs, and when we heard their stories and talked with all of them, and we approached the 8 guys that are in the film, every single one of them turned us down. And it was really kind of a, Scotty and Mouse's, tenacity that just kept on coming back to them and saying, we want to do this real. We want to do it legit. We don't want to do a Hollywood Charlie Sheen version of the Navy SEALs. We want to do this, so it feels so real that the audience is going to be uncomfortable. Wow. And they finally, bought into it in regards to, representing their side of it all, representing the Navy SEALs and these amazing warriors and the Navy and who they are as not only as a warrior, but also as an amazing human being.
How did you come across these guys? Did you advertise for it, or?
No, we were doing a lot of stuff for special warfare, naval special warfare, and we kind of, Scotty and Mouse got in there and started to talk with all of them and interview them, and they started to open up, and talk about all their activities.
Amazing. Now, at any given time on all these scenes that you were shooting, at any given time, how many cameras did you have on all the action?
Well, it started off small because we were really starting to figure out how to do it. So I'd say the first time we did it was 8 cameras. And then by the time we really hit our stride, we could, sling 12 to 15 all at once.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's cool. Now, I'm going back to the scene where they're driving in the Dodge truck. They commandeer the Dodge truck, and they're all in the back, and they're all taking off, and they're going out of the encampment. And then they decide to drive the truck right into the water, and around come the boats. And you've got the drone in the air, and you've got a shot, an aerial shot, and then you just have the tracer fire with the Gatling guns, which, by the way, in the theater makes such an awesome sound. That is such
I know.
It's such an intimidating sound to just hear this. Zzz, and it's
like,
oh my God! It's like just that alone will scare the crap out of you. But now, were you using live ammo when you were filming that?
Yeah, we had more live ammo than blanks. Yeah, I mean that whole scene was live ammo, and I had Andy Fisher, who was my split level cameraman. He was underneath those bullets as they were raining down on him like a waterfall.
Oh, my God.
And he was, as well as getting sucked underneath the jet boats, as well as, just getting shell-shocked with all that live fire. You know, after that take, I found him in the forest, just like in the Zen pose where he just wouldn't talk to anyone.
That's what you call post-traumatic stress disorder.
Exactly.
Oh my God! I mean, I tell you, in the theater when they put it through the surround sound there, the sound of that will just—it's the most intimidating noise ever. And and then you've got that aerial shot where like the camera's like spinning and you got the tracer fire, and it's the most visually it is just it really puts you right in the action, and it takes the audience and you can feel your heart start to race.
Oh, well, thank you. Yeah, I mean that was the point for all of us involved in this project, was to kind of reinvent the action genre, and we had so many films are out there, and they it's like we wanted to be different, and we wanted to attack it in a completely different style, and I think it's a whole new type of language, and the way the camera moves, as well as the intimacy with the action, it just is different. And my team of operators and ACs, they really slung it out there with a new technology that nobody really knew about, and they just embraced it. And every day they just wanted to make it better, and they would never settle for just good enough. They wanted excellence, and the movie is a testament to them.